Here for Egal that says, Egal, no matter about how much you tweet daily about Chelsea, it won't erase the fact that we ruined your childhood, teens, and adulthood. Find pair, I don't know what that means, and stop obsession.
You probably meant to say find peace.
Find peace.
Maybe.
Some new word that the young kids are using. It might mean something. I don't know. But yeah, Egal's being called out here for his Chelsea hate.
Hey, apparently bigging up Jorginho and Kai Havertz's Chelsea hate. I don't know what he's talking about.
No, don't do that. Don't do that.
Don't do that. Stuffy, get him. No, Stuffy, get him.
You want me to get him?
Yeah, get him.
Egal, first of all, you probably send like 5 tweets a day that are about Chelsea, so don't pick the one that fits your narrative, okay? I think they're talking, if I'm correct, they're talking about the Aubameyang one, because even I responded to you about that one.
Wait. What about that Aubameyang one? I was spot on, Terry, a year ago.
Okay.
And also, if you guys want to go on the Clips channel, go check it out. A year ago.
By the way, when you share footage from the Terrace, can you tag it, please? Thank you.
Of course.
Stuffy, tag me back in. Stuffy. Tag me back in.
You can retweet it also, Terry.
I didn't
Egal.
But yeah, go on.
Fair enough. So let's continue. First things first. Mentioning Chelsea's squad is not a problem. It's for everyone. Anyone can mention anybody's squad. Second of all, mentioning a statement that I clearly made is not mentioning Chelsea. It's mentioning Aubameyang and how he's going to flop at Chelsea. So if you wanna go back to that, and then finally, I live rent free in Chelsea fans' heads. If you guys the whole show wait until we get to Chelsea, you're done for. Anyways,
well, we are moving on to Chelsea now. That's why I brought that super chat up. We're segueing into Chelsea.
The thing is, though, Terry, just on that, Egal, like you said, Aubameyang was gonna flop, but the man was literally not playing, bro. Like he wasn't playing. Graham Potter wasn't playing him. Aubameyang wasn't playing him. It got to the point where Graham Potter literally deregistered him from the Champions League squad. Like he wasn't playing any games, bro. So you saying that he's gonna flop was on the basis that he was gonna be playing and wasn't gonna do well. But he did not get the opportunities that you would have expected a guy that scored 13 goals in 17 appearances for Barcelona. He would have finished a lot of the chances that Havertz was missing, bro. So you can't really claim that he flopped.
Not only that prediction was made. So Egal, hold on, and I think you're on mute. You're on mute, anyways. Well, yeah. When you made that prediction, yeah, but see, like the internet wants me to speak. That's why they put you on mute. Okay, you made that prediction before. You made that prediction before Tuchel was even fired from Chelsea. So yes, you did get the outcome correct, which was the prediction. But all the context in between, unless you're a fortune teller, there's no way you would have gotten that right. Because it took Tuchel to get fired after just one game of Aubameyang being freezed out of the team because Graham Potter came in who didn't really appreciate his style of play, and he wasn't the type of striker that he wanted to use. So he started benching him, and then eventually they froze at Aubameyang because they didn't want to play him a certain amount of games where they have to pay him extra money. So they froze him out on purpose for financial reasons. All that put in with the fact that, yes, some of the signings weren't good and the team wasn't good enough to help a striker be like any striker in that team to be good and, get double-digit goals and all that. So when you put all that context together, yes, Aubameyang did fail, but you didn't predict any of this. You did that on the basis just, like Chelsea or shit. I don't like Chelsea, so he's going to flop. You didn't add anything.
Let me respond.
I will, but I say very quickly. Egal was right. Aubameyang flopped. Like, let's just.
That's what I'm saying. He was right. Unless you're fortune teller, you should have known.
And I also said the second part of the caveat was that I was calling Todd Bowley's transfer window messy, which he even acknowledged by bringing in the right people afterwards. And in January, we're going to change the whole strategy.
Egal, you didn't know the manager was going to get fired after one game.
No, guess what? After that game, I made a TikTok saying, I don't know how long he lasts also. So once again, I was right.
Okay, so you knew he was going to get fired after one game.
Also, Graham Potter, I said give Graham Potter time. They gave him a lot of time. And I said eventually they'll get sick of him and they'll sack him. They sacked his ass.
That has nothing to do with what I said.
Everything that happened with Chelsea Football Club last season, verbatim, was written in paper and I wrote it. And I'm telling you guys, if you watch the Football Terrace, you watch my TikToks, or you watch me on my own channel, everywhere you go, everything I said about Chelsea was spot on. The only thing that I was slightly wrong about was they got further in the Champions League than I thought they would get. Everything else, I was right.
Listen. Overall, Aubameyang, yes, he did flop. But for you to take away the context that he wasn't playing is mad. It's very shameless. Very shameless.
The manager that signed him, Egal.
I'm a bit real. Egal didn't need to add context. A player comes in.
Keep that same energy about every single
hold on.
whole show.
But wait, Jules. During the season, yeah, we had multiple streams. I was jumping on Chelsea Fan TV with Gem and that. We were speaking. Every single week, we were complaining about Kai Havertz missing chances. Why can't you just play Aubameyang? Why can't you just play a natural finisher? He might not be as mobile. He might not be able to press as much as Havertz. But what he'll give you is that in front of goal, he's got more chance of scoring because he knows how to find the back of the net. Let's not act like he didn't come from Barcelona and didn't score over 10 goals.
Enough about Kai Havertz.
No. But this is what we're not going to do.
About my player. Do me a favor. Let's go back to your argument. Let's go back to an argument, right?
Don't do that.
You're a player now. You're a player now.
Now you're digging a hole.
I need to know one thing. Everybody here, did the Aubameyang transfer work out? Yes or no?
It didn't.
There's a 50-50. There's a 50-50 chance that every signing either hits or misses. So if you take one of the options, it's only 2 options.
I wouldn't say 50-50.
It is 50-50. A player either hits or they flop.
But let's be real now. We all knew Aubameyang was finished from his last season at Arsenal. It wasn't a surprise.
That's not true.
When he was playing for Arsenal, everyone sat there and said, he's done. After he got the 400k a week, he didn't want to play. He had his feet up. He was sun lounging. He was coming to training late.
But when he went to Barca, they wished him luck.
Listen,
he went to Barca, they wished him luck.
He came back.
He goes to Chelsea. They predicted a flop. That's what I'm trying to say.
You fans can't be mad at Egal for getting onto this player. For one, let's be real. He snaked Arsenal. He came back. He's got the Arsenal tattoo. He's wearing Chelsea shirts. He's doing all of this. He's coming on this big boy hype. I'm back to get Arsenal.
Do you remember the BT advert? It's not personal or whatever it was.
That was a howler. That stunk.
He came back with all of this smoke. You can't expect Arsenal fans to sit there and be like, "Oh yeah, like
I agree."
No, do you know what it is? What it is for me, Jules? Yeah, what it is for me is like what it is for me is it's very disingenuous and it's kicking a man when he's down because he wasn't playing. That's what my point is. Everyone knew.
Sorry, Don. He wasn't playing because the man's done. At the end of the day, like basically, so I tried to get into an academy once when I was a kid. I didn't get picked. I didn't flop because I weren't playing. I didn't even get fucking in. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're not good enough to play, that's more than flopping. Like,
the guy that signed him got fired. Why are we?
It wasn't part of that movie.
I want to move this on, but he could have still scored goals. He could have done something in training. Like, at the end of the day, Bruno Fernandes weren't signed by Erik ten Hag. He's doing bits.
What does that have to do with anything?
I hear that, but we're talking about an Aubameyang that's on his last legs that can't press like.
Okay, but the point is, you don't need to be the manager to sign someone to do well at a club. We've all had players.
Yes, because I need you to play me. Yes, I need minutes.
But you get played by how you perform in training. Like, there's no way they just said we're not playing you, go away. It would have been
they literally did
everybody in training. But look, we're going to move on from this slightly because I wanted to mention the Caicedo update. That they reckon Thursday or Friday is going to be an important few days for this. I wanted to ask you, Gal, do you think Chelsea are leaving it too late in this window to start bringing in their signings? Because they've got Jackson that's coming. I keep calling him Hugo Jackson. I have no idea why. Jackson's in, but still no other signings. No new defenders, no midfielders, no other new attackers. I know Nkunku's joined as well, but haven't really bolstered yet. 3 weeks until the Premier League starts. I think it's 3 weeks tomorrow. Have Chelsea done enough so far, Egal?
Chelsea haven't done enough so far. Obviously, they still need to bring in more players, and I would say Caicedo is still going to probably end up at Chelsea. Let's be honest. I don't think anyone else is coming in for him at this moment in time. But the fact that they're going into preseason so light and not bringing in any of their major signings yet is just showing you that they're still keeping up the same problems that they had last season. Going into the end of the transfer window, not having your player signed, going to the beginning of the season, not having your player signed is going to give you a situation where you could drop points early in the season, put yourself behind it, and then later on in the season, you're going to be playing catch up. So this whole situation at this moment in time, you cannot admit, even as yourself, as a Chelsea fan, you're quite frustrated that the signing hasn't come through the door yet. And if I was a Chelsea fan, I'll be fuming. I'll be like, where's Caicedo? Bring him in. Because it's not like Chelsea to not bring in transfers quite quickly when they want a player. So why is it taking so long?
That's mad as well, yeah.
I'm not surprised. They did the same thing with Enzo in the January transfer window. Imagine it takes until the final day just because they want to wait to see if the price goes down.
I feel like if this was any other team, everyone would be talking about why is Caicedo taking so long? They've been tapping him up for 6 months. Like let's be real. How can you not have this deal done? They just had a bid rejected, 70 mil last week. I looked at that and I was like, are these guys jokers? They knew what Brighton wanted in January. We're now in July, and they're still making bids for a player and getting rejected. Brighton have obviously given you a price to meet, and you're out here still bidding below it after speaking with this player. For me, if I was the player's entourage and I was his agent, I'd start looking at moves elsewhere, because clearly Chelsea do not want this player enough to get the deal done. And as a Chelsea fan, I wouldn't be happy. Pre-season started. They all know that Caicedo was the #1 midfield target going into this window. They've known that for 3-4 months. So the fact that we're going to be going into the Premier League season potentially real soon, or let's say we're getting to the end of the month and Caicedo's not signed, that's going to be a big problem, because he's going to have to come into the Chelsea team. He's going to have to come into Poch's system. He's going to have to adapt. He's going to have to adapt to the new Chelsea way, coming into a bigger team. As we've seen, a lot of players have struggled with that. Chelsea aren't serious about this. And for me as a Chelsea fan, I'd be fuming. I would be fuming that they're taking so long to get it done.